Hello, I'm Mark Hall-Patton, the administrator of the Clark County Museum System, and I want to welcome you to the museum. Today we're going to take a look at our nature trail. If you come out to the museum, we have a 30-acre site here. We have 20 restored buildings, we've got a ghost town, we've got a lot of things to see, but among those things are some walking areas. And this nature trail takes you out through the Creosote Desert here so you can see what the Vegas Valley used to look like. Okay, as you walk down the trail here, it's only a half a mile, and you have a chance to see, as I say, what the valley looked like. One of the things about the Vegas Valley is we had a lot of creosote here. That's a desert plant that you find throughout the Mojave. And this is a creosote here, all these little sort of green plants now. In the midst of summer, these won't be quite as green, but it is a plant that is very common to the desert Southwest. But most of this area in the Vegas Valley has been developed. So we have maintained a large area of the museum grounds, so as you come out here you can see what the area used to look like. One of the realities in the desert is when it does rain, you have washes. The water doesn't sink in normally, it goes very quickly across the desert. This is one of the washes here on the museum property. This is a known wash. This washes every time we have rain. And this is part of the areas on the trail that we have to kind of rebuild every year. That's all right. But it's one of the areas that teaches you don't want to get in the water. If this is full of water, we don't want you on this trail because it isn't safe. But it gives you a chance to see how the desert recovers from rain as well. You notice not all the plants have been washed out. These are plants that have a very good root system. They hold in place when the water's coming through here, and they don't go away. But the water still finds a way to come across here. Now, one of the things you have to be aware of as you're walking the trail is you want to keep your eyes open. There are a lot of critters that live out here. We have lizards, we have a few snakes out here, nothing poisonous, it's okay. We have rabbits, we have seen coyotes out here. We have a number of different animals that will live on the site here. You won't often see the larger ones. The lizards you'll see quite often when you're here. The rabbits you'll see all the time. But they're actually living out here in the desert. And when you look at this area, it doesn't look like there's much to keep them alive, but there is. There's a lot of things that they can eat, and they are just part of the natural environment here. Now, this is one of the areas where, as you're walking through, you might not realize what you're seeing, but this is an area where we have what's called desert pavement. And if you notice, a number of the rocks are discolored. They're very dark on one side. That's because of interaction with the sun. But you will see this throughout the desert in the desert Southwest, but you won't see a lot of it in the Vegas Valley anymore because of development here. So as you come out to the museum, you can take the trail. When you take this half-mile loop, it brings you out in the ghost town area of the museum grounds. It is open 9 months of the year. We do close the trail during the heat of summer just for safety's sake, but we do invite you to come out to the museum. The rest of the museum is open 12 months out of the year, and we're open 9 to 4:30, 7 days a week. We are only $2 a head, so we are the best bargain in the valley. So be sure to come out and join us.